Interesting about Marine Le Pen, and you talking about how she's sort of being reinvented or more acceptable, and you comparing it to your own party and yourself there. They call it the de-demonisation of Marine Le Pen. So we can see it's progressing a bit. How's the de-demonisation of Nigel Farage going?
Well, look, the very policies that I fought for a quarter of a century are now mainstream. Brexit has been done. And we have a government that says it's going to stop illegal immigration. Now, whether they do is another thing. So, look, we were a rebel movement. We were abused in much the same way that Marine Le Pen has been. And we won. We fundamentally changed the course of Britain. Now, her problem, of course, is her father, because there's no question that her father really was genuinely anti-Semitic, very racist in many ways. And that's been a very difficult thing for her to deal with. But credit where it's due. She's turned that party around. She's kicked out all the extremists. And actually, she's done a pretty good job.
But critics, I suppose, people would say perhaps of some of the policies that you champion and perhaps she's championed as well, is that it's been divisive. And you can certainly argue that waking up this morning, Monday morning in France, it is a divided nation. And the challenge will be, do you think, and accept that it is a challenge, to try and find that common ground? Because, we can't get anywhere. You can't get through. Parliamentary elections are going to be a huge problem in France as well with all this division.
Well, look, I think division gets caused when fundamental changes get put upon people's lives without anybody being asked. At the end of the day, if you voted for Macron, you were voting for a European future, an EU future for France. If you voted for Le Pen, you were voting for a French future with a very different relationship with the EU. And those divisions have been there for decades. It's just that, we've got a politician in Le Pen, just as we had with Trump in America, who is giving voice to it. So all I would say about division is I think it's really important that both sides accept that the other has a legitimate point of view, and we don't try to stop free speech. And that's the biggest worry I've got, is that, the tech giants on the West Coast seem to want to stamp out anybody that's got a vaguely conservative or nationalist view.